2020. Resolutions in reference to designate funds received from the governor's local support grant to be used to fund the water line extensions in the Carters Valley area near the landfill. Whereas several county residents residing in the area of Gravelly Valley, Cobb Road, and Mount Zion Road are in need of potable water, and whereas previous attempts to secure grant funding for said water line extensions has been unsuccessful, and whereas the attached letter from the Tennessee Department of Health states that a public water supply would be the safest option for the residents of that area and would alleviate potential health issues caused by the bacteria, E. coli, and metals levels found in the water samples. Whereas Governor Bill Lee has announced $200 million in grants will be distributed to every city and county government across the state of Tennessee for one-time expenses in the fiscal year 2021, with each county receiving at least $500,000. Therefore, be it resolved, and I want to strike any and all funds and add $500,000 to that. Now, you won't have to amend it, this is my resolution, I don't think. Therefore, be it resolved that $500,000 from the governor's local support grant be designated to fund water line extension in the Carters Valley Road area, Gravelly Valley, Cobb Road, Mount Zion Road, and Tipton Lane. I want to add that also, off of Hawkins County. Tipton, yes, sir. Therefore, be it resolved that this resolution is sponsored by Commissioner Danny Alves, Charles Thacker, and Charles Housewright. Therefore, I so move, Mr. Chairman.
Now, there was two. You added two items, or you correct two things that you changed, Danny?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Did you get that, Madam Clerk? Okay. Motion by Commissioner Alves. Is there a second? Second by Commissioner Thacker. Is there any discussion?
I'd like to recognize Scott Rutledge, please.
Let me get my glasses on. First off, I'd like to thank commissioners in my district for their support and their vision of need for what here is a pretty rough situation. If you don't mind, I laid you got some papers there, circle 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to start with number 1, and this is the health report that you got with the resolution when you got it. I just want to highlight some things. This water test was done by the state of Tennessee, funded by a grant. Ken Ray, which has been a great help also, got this together. I went with the lady from Judy Manners to do the water testing. And we done Gravelly Valley and Cobb Road. That is the first phase of this project. Mount Zion and Tipton Lane is also on it, but that's a great big project. This is what we're talking about, is the first phase of the water lines needed. The testing was done on Gravelly Valley and Cobb. Samples were tested, like you said, for bacteria, metals, and radon. 80% of the homes were positive for bacteria in the chloroform group. 6 of these were also positive for E. coli. 5 had a total chloroform concentrations of greater than 2,420, which is higher than the instruments can read at the state health department. 56% of the households were at or near the drought EPA maximum contaminant level of 300. Radon in the household water not only contributes to an increased risk of lung cancer when the water is used inside the home, especially during showering, but it's also associated with the increased risk of gastrointestinal cancers when this water is ingested. Detections of aluminum, boron, copper, and lead are concerning. Low levels of lead were detected in 56% of households were near it. That's on radon. 76% had detections of lead that are concerning. It's possible lead levels are higher. All of these tests were taken about 10 o'clock in the morning. Could have been higher because we took them when they'd used water. Aluminum concentrations is a health risk. She called some of these people, and she told 4 of them to not bathe in their water. How do you live in a house with water supply and you don't bathe? And she sent me a letter. You have that on the 3rd page of that. That says, I asked her to send it to me. Her recommendation is a clean water source. Page number 2 is an estimate from CTI Engineering. Jeremy Collins got that for me. It is, it's pretty cut and simple, so dry, easy. The map's there on the 2nd page of it. The estimate is for $800,000 to do the project. That is based on one done in 2016, and there's a 10% increase to get it to the 800,000 number. First Utility District Board on the page number 3 has agreed to put in $200,000 to help fund this project with their own money. Number 4, I went and sat with this industrial business close to there. They asked to keep it as quiet as we could about their input in this, but they've offered to put in $125,000 to do the first part of this project. So there's $325,000 given by outside sources. We need the $500,000 to get these people water. It's your choice. It's up to you guys. Before, as the resolution stated, it's been unsuccessful. We met all the criteria the other 2 times we tried, with the exception of density of homes. That's been the problem. There's not enough people. A number guy down, actually Ken Archer's his name, in Nashville over the CDBG. They're looking at numbers, and we've never met it. I would appreciate your support to get these people clean water and healthy water. Thank you.
Thank you, Scott.
Thank you, Scott. Is there any discussion? Mr. Metz?
Mr. Chairman, we're moving on a resolution to spend funds we don't even have yet. These funds aren't even being released until after the 1st of July. And it's been somewhat fluid. I believe as of the other day, the amount Hawkins County is supposed to get is $1.176 million. So it's gone up by a couple $100,000 since this first started. That's, I believe, attributed, the increase is attributed to CARES Act. So what I would like to request, because there are some concerns, I don't really know what we're getting into when we're adding to the balance sheet of private entity as well, but there's several questions to be asked, and we don't have that funding just yet. I know we're all definitely supportive of clean drinking water for any and everyone in Hawkins County. One more month to prolong this wouldn't hurt anything. Therefore, I'll move the table pending a workshop called by the commission chair within the next 2 weeks to discuss not only this, but other projects imperative to the residents of Hawkins County that could be positively affected by this additional grant money from the governor.
Motion to table by Commissioner Metz. Is there a second?
Second.
That second was by Commissioner Gibson. That cuts out all debate, and we will. Yes, Mr. Alice, you can redirect since you are the sponsor. You have the last say on that.
Well, if we put this off, it'll be the same thing next month. We're just asking up to $500,000. And if we don't receive that, then we don't go no farther. I don't know why we could not go ahead and approve it tonight. These people are dying up there, fellow commissioners. We have finally an opportunity to get a clean source of drinking water in there. And I would hate to prolong it for another month on technicality or what's to be expected. If we don't get the money, then it won't happen. But if we get it, we can go ahead and get this in place and get it completed a month quicker. And I'd ask my fellow commissioners to consider that. Thank you.
Okay, that cuts off discussion. Will everyone please vote on the motion to table?
Just a second, so we need to have it in.
Yes will be to table, no will be not to table.
All right, Commissioner Bridwell,
No.
Jesse,
Yes.
Sybil Trent? No. Jeff Barrett,
No.
Keith Gibson,
Yes.
Tom Kearns,
Yes.
Danny Alves,
No?
Charles Housewright,
No.
Charles Thacker,
No.
Dawson Fields,
No.
Valerie Goins. No. Hannah Speaks.
No.
Linda Davis,
No.
Mark DeWitt,
Yes.
John Metz,
Yes.
Nancy Barker. Yes. Larry Clontz,
No.
Rick Brewer,
No.
Bob Edens, Commissioner Edens, Commissioner Edens, yes to table, no to not table. Thank you. Commissioner Harrell,
No.
Commissioner Talley,
No.
yes, 15 no.
Thank you, fellow commissioners.
Motion to table is defeated. We're back on the original motion. Mr. Burrell. Is there any other discussion on the original motion? Is that,
Mike's offer just made.
Commissioner Fields?
Scott, if you don't care, right, just a quick question. Did these outside entities give you any, how long did they give this? Were they gonna back out? We don't do it in so long. I mean, that was my hang up on, on tabling. I mean, I don't want them to back out. So do you know that? I mean, you might not know.
I can't answer that. The industry there locally that is closed, I can't answer for that. It's highly important that we, and that money's directed straight to First Utility District. They've discussed buying pipe, they've discussed helping them in some way or another to meet $125,000. That's strictly between them. It's going to take that money to do this project with the $200,000 from the board. And I just got all that approval Friday and today. I had approval from the landfill since 2018, and I had it updated this morning. Starting last week, I asked for an update. So I can't honestly answer the question.
That's okay, Scott.
It's all based on approval of the grant funds.
Thanks, sir.
Is there any other discussion? Mr. Metz?
I know which way it's going to go. It just concerns me that you got an entity that, by all cases, you have this sale of contaminated water in a certain area, specific area, and we probably know where it's attributed to. They're donating $125,000 for that. And plus this same entity charges this $650,000 a year for tipping fees. They're charging the taxpayers of Hawkins County $649,000 in budget this year in tipping fees. The same entity that's going to give you $125,000 to fight water contamination. And all I'm asking is to wait 2 weeks. 2 weeks, that's it. And I'm for it. I want those people to have clean water. But let's say this also, you've got this 1.176 million, you've got the imminent threat CDBG grant that could fund this, and you have CDBG grant that can fund it. Because it failed, they presented it twice, it failed, and one of the things that they're doing in this resolution is adding more people to this to help boost the population that might actually get it through in the grant. So why are we going to forego another stab at this grant and just say, well, we got 1.17 coming from the state of Tennessee, we're going to burn that, when we could have accessed additional fund grants and multiply the impact to the entire county. And you've got 55,000 people in this county, and God knows my heart, I don't want any drinking unclean water. But all I'm asking is for just 2 weeks. Gary Hicks, I spoke to him, they're working on that CDBG grant for, and another confusing thing is he's got another one put in for the radios, maybe competing for the same one. I would just like some questions asked and answered that'll give us clear-cut, definitive answers on if we're making the right move. That's all. 2 weeks is all that I've asked for. And if you give 2 weeks, it comes back next month, I promise you I will vote yes on this. I'm going to get, my vote's probably going to go to the minority on this anyway, but that's all I'm asking for is just 2 weeks. That's it.
Mr. Best,
Wait, hold on, Mr. Rouse, Mr. Terrell.
Scott, you want to speak again?
I would like to respond. I guess the very first thing that I said about the contamination was 80% was E. coli and bacteria. That's caused by septic systems in spring water, and some of these folks are using spring water. It contaminates shallow wells. One of these homes has a well at 100 feet. They were told not to bathe in their water. This is the start. This is just the first phase. I know those monies are available. I understand that more than you guys do. It'll still be available in the future. We'll have to resource those. But until we can get this water started, it's not going to happen. Putting it off, in my opinion, is not the thing to do. I'm sorry.
Thank you, Scott.
Any other discussion? If not, would everyone please vote? Yeah.
Is that Commissioner Housewright?
Yeah.
Okay. Commissioner Edens?
That was yes. For the resolution, correct?
Yes. Commissioner Edens?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Commissioner Barrett?
Sorry.
We have 17 yes, 4 no.
Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is 2020-06.